You know it.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Well, everybody get ready for class. Today we've got an exciting journey into Abhidharma, Stanley Chen's text. As soon as
Ooh,
and Geshe Michael are ready, we'll start the learning experience, the deep dive into ancient wisdom.
I'm okay. I'm good. Sure. You have actually three behind you. Yeah. It's okay. You okay?
Hey,
It's good. Thank you.
Geshe
Hi,
Michael,
Nick.
there's a mouse on your shirt.
hey.
I know. He cut the foot off my cat. It's a cat actually. It's my cat's foot.
Lucky cat paw.
Nick, there's a note here that says your microphone is 10 times louder than ours. We're testing. We're working on it.
All right, all right. I think those fuzzy mice are gonna help.
Yeah, they're also cute.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, well, we've got to
Looks like
probably got
fungus, right? Looks like some some other cafes than ours.
it's the mold. Yeah, it's the mold that
Okay,
grows.
homework. Let's go. We're not paying you nothing for nothing.
Okay. Can you guys hear me well? I'm also wearing the cap. No?
Yeah.
It could be louder.
Hello?
It could
Nick,
be a
can you
bit,
hear okay? Can you hear?
I
You're
can
pretty
hear you,
quiet.
but your
Hello,
mic's are
hello? Can you
lower
hear
than
me? Can you guys hear me well?
when you hold it to your
No.
lip, it's a little better.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh. Let me see. Very, very soft.
I would
Right.
I would start yelling suggestions, but I know you've got like 4 tech people over there
Both
already.
of our voices soft now somehow.
Very.
Yeah. There's probably
Hello. One,
Boo
two,
boo. Hello.
three. Abi, Dama.
Boo boo.
Did you check the flux capacitor?
Is it good?
No.
Can you guys hear us? It's featured
Some.
on the inside. No. Oh.
We can hear you a little louder than Geshe Michael.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, hello.
My
Similar.
cat is missing a foot.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Hello, people in the room.
Meow.
Meow.
Okay. They said I'm still soft. Wait.
How can I
It's not clear you've made any adjustment at all.
Yeah, Geshe Michael is still the same soft level. When you moved your microphone closer to your mouth, it got a little louder, Stanley. But
How about now?
yeah, that's
I think I
Yeah,
have to eat the
shit,
cat.
right.
Yeah.
cheese it. It's
Okay.
the
Hey, Stanley, those
Shall we
mics
just
usually
use
have a
this,
gain. Oh,
Let's give it up. Use the computer. Yeah, okay. We're gonna let the cat
Yay.
out.
Oh, sorry. That one. No, not that one.
Oh. Hello? Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Good.
Is it better, you guys? Hello?
Is it better?
yeah.
Is it better, Ben?
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Okay.
It is.
The high tech cat doesn't work. Okay.
That's okay. We tried.
Uh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome to the exciting Abhidharma Samuchaya class. Yay. And then we have 3 questions for you, not one, not two. So remember we were talking about there are 5 ways of commenting a classic by Master Vasubandhu, and the last one is Gyaltsab.
Oh, good.
Response to questions.
Okay.
And so in that section, we talked about there are 2 typical ways to have problems or contradictions in a scripture. that needs some responses. What are these two?
Whoa.
Yeah.
On scripture and contradictions on logic.
Wait.
Words and logic.
They said
Can you
no
guys
sound.
repeat what they're saying?
Oh, okay, yeah. Words. Oh no, Juan said contradiction to logic and contradiction to
Words or scripture.
the holy words of the scripture. Totally correct.
Whoa.
100% correct.
Yay.
And what's
$50 per part.
and then what's the Tibetan for this two?
Uh-oh.
Lung-
Yes, lung rig. What's lung and what's rig? Yeah, lung is the holy words. Correct. Oh, so I have a side question. If it's contradiction to lung, which is scripture, what's the scripture in this case?
Ooh.
Does it have to be, in Tim's case, the Buddha's words, like Buddha's teachings,
Sutra. Or not?
or not? Yes. It's
Because,
dedicated to Tim. This
when you meditate, nobody's quiet. When you ask a homework question, it's totally quiet.
Okay, Gyaltsab said it doesn't have to be the sutra only. Why?
Because let me see if I remember. Because there are scriptures that are not just the holy words of the Buddha.
Right.
Therefore, but they're still scriptures, so there can be a contradiction.
Right. I guess it's more like a general contradiction
Shastras.
to
Yeah.
any scripture, right? Or shastra. Here, in
I
this
thought it
case.
was about contradiction between what a person wrote at one time and then what they wrote at another time. That they do not contradict themselves.
But we just
Oh, that's one kind of contradiction. But generally, when you talk about the two kinds,
Mhm.
you're talking about does it contradict logic?
Right.
Okay, so it's not Ransik Yawa.
Not in this instance. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
When you say lumrik, not in this instance. Either you contradict logic, which is kind of like rikpa, or you contradict the holy scriptures, which could be Kangyo or Tengyur or Sumbung.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, second question. Don't look at the answer. So now getting into lists. I think we have a lot of lists today. So what's this? According to what I understood, it could be wrong, but there are 9 topics of the whole book. Or maybe not.
Roughly.
Roughly, okay.
Yeah.
Well, and then we talked about the first one
Mhm.
in the last class, which is related to Dudang and Chiche. So what's Dudang and Chiche?
Yeah.
First is got it. How many and why? Okay.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Then what's it? That's a hint. So what's the first topic?
How many?
Yeah. How many of what?
The book was the
Yeah. I want to see online if any of them can guess. Yeah. But nobody yet. Anyone want to guess? How many and why? Okay.
How many?
Teen said, how many? So basically, yes, Juan is right again. Here we are talking about the 5 hips, or so it refers to the categories of the universe.
Okay.
And in the kosher, there are different ways to divide. Like it could be 5 hips, it could be 12 sets of doors, could be 18 categories.
Yeah.
And then why there are such numbers. So and that's the why part.
Geshe, is do dang how many, or is it just do?
It's due.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's okay. We don't want to have due, so it's okay.
Then what is 优等?
Well,
due.
it's just it means and then
Oh.
so it means first category and second category.
I see.
Yeah,
I see.
but the commentator says dudam.
Oh,
He agrees with you.
oh, okay.
Right? Jinam, I think. So,
Yeah, Jinamucha.
yeah.
Yeah.
He does it your way.
We have the Chinese of
Yeah.
his
Does it say
commentary.
done also? Done?
I can't tell from the
Okay.
Chinese.
All right, okay.
But it says how many.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, question number 3. This is very inspiring if you remember. If you master this book, Abhidharma Samuchaya, all these 9 topics, there are 2 main benefits which are a little bit unexpected.
Your mind
You
will
get-
become single
You get to
pointed
go to the cafe.
and you will
You
reach
gotta go to-
shamatha.
Venerable Upala said something like shamatha. Sorry, we couldn't hear you.
Your mind will become single pointed and you will be happy.
Right. Yeah, that's the shamatha part. And vipassana, actually, both. So you will
And
reach
balanced.
perfect Yeah. So you will reach perfect meditation in both shamatha and vipassana. How do you pronounce vipassana wrongly?
Vipassana.
You have to have some accent. Vipassana. Yeah, Brian got it. Vipassana. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the other benefit? So that's one.
Your
Shamatha
mind
and
will become
vipassana.
balanced.
That's still the one. Yeah.
Hasso actually takes notes.
Yeah, I know. He's checking his notes.
So now there's 2 people who take notes.
So you will be able to improve your thinking process.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you figure out things easily and you have answers for all the difficult questions, both
cool.
from yourself and from other people. It's really cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Huh? I'm waiting.
We just started.
Yeah. But it's
We got 40 years to go.
Yeah. I'm counting on that 40 years. Basically, yeah, number 1, improve your thinking, your mental. Geshe said the word mental faculties. Does it make sense?
It's okay. Mental
Oh,
faculty.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's perfect. I like this one. So you reach some kind of inner achievement, and also you'll be able to answer questions very clearly to other people and yourself.
Cool.
And then in the context, it mentioned you have to master this book to gain these 2 benefits. What's the word master in Tibetan?
Kepa.
Kepa, yes.
Yeah.
Is that team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh, Geshe, I thought Kepa, it's a
That's
noun.
a noun. Yeah.
It's a noun? Oh, it is
K for
noun.
ja, you can say.
Oh,
BYA.
Get it.
Become a master. K for ja.
oh,
BYA.
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 BYA. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's
Okay.
become a master.
Become a master.
Ah,
Yeah.
cool. That's the
That second character spelled wrong.
That's Jinaputra's Chinese version, which
Oh,
mentions these
nice.
2 benefits.
Nice.
This is shamatha, shemota. This is vipassana, vipassana.
Vipassana.
Yeah. And then the other one says, let's see. Yeah, you will be able to like master all the fine points skillfully, and then you can answer everything.
Wow.
And then
Make a lot of money.
and when you are facing any different opinions from different books, you are fearless. Yeah. Very cool. Okay, that's it, Geshe.
Okay, cool.
That's my part.
Did you have to translate anything?
Sorry, I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. And then. Okay, let's get these guys up here. So here's where we stopped on April 20th. And I'm lost in this book. I don't feel comfortable. It's been chaotic. To me, it's been chaotic. The book so far has been chaotic. And, you know, it's not following a normal outline. And I don't know, I got frustrated. There were too many lists. Sometimes the lists cross over each other. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes the number's unexpected. He adds things, he changes things. I got frustrated with the book, so I stopped a couple days ago, and I spent many hours on it. Just because I'm frustrated. I wanted to understand what the hell's going on in the book. And so what I did was, when you feel super frustrated about a book, in one of the ancient books, you can go to the outline. What I do is I will create another document, and I'll start writing out their outline. And that's a long process, and it's tiresome. It takes many hours to write out their outline. But I like to do it, especially if I'm lost in a book. I like to redo that. I like to go do the outline. So what I propose today, before we go on getting deeper and more lost, I suggest we go through what we covered already from the outline. And then I think you'll be very comfortable with the book. You'll feel much more comfortable with the book. And then you'll understand it, and you'll be able to go on to the rest of the book, which is a long process, okay? So I propose, if Stanley's okay with it,
Sure. Yeah.
we're gonna go to the outline. So I'm gonna search for the word outline. Yeah, here it is. I put it at the end of the book, at the end of the translation. This is page 700, which will be page 6,000 when we finish translating. So the book is basically called The Essence of the Sea, which I think is a beautiful name for a book. And so I'm going to ask Stanley to read let's just read as we go, okay?
Okay.
Let me get a big curse thing here. Okay, good. Okay, please read this first line.
Lepa shepa chungun gyalso
Gyaltsab.
gatsu
Tsu.
tsu
Yeah.
gyaltsu nimbo shupe dui
Ui chokla.
ui chotla.
Yeah. Lekpa Shepa means to go lekshe. Yeah, good explanation. Good explanation. He's advertising his book in the beginning of the name. Who's he?
Gyaltsab.
Gyaltsab.
Yeah.
Jetson Compass for, prime disciple. Chungunba.
Abhidharma.
Yeah, Chun means Dharma, Ngun means Abhidharma. Chungunba is the Tibetan word for Abhidharma, which means higher knowledge. Okay, higher knowledge. Gyatso, you guys know. Ocean. Ningbo, you know. Yeah, the essence or the heart of the ocean. Shukpa means herein contained, is that. Then he says uchok. U means what?
Middle.
It means middle way usually, but a different spelling can mean head with the S. I take it here to be, he's talking about, I take it to be the first part. Okay. So this is a very long commentary, extremely long. Okay. So we're on the first part. Here's please read this one, Stanley.
Tukje chimbo tang demba namla chaksawa.
Yeah, and I supplied this. Okay. He didn't make an outline for this part. Prostration to the beings. Tukje means in Sanskrit.
Karuna.
Karuna. With a retroflex N. Karuna. Yeah, Karuna. Mahakaruna. Big compassion. Chaksa.
Bow down.
Yeah, I bow down to the people who have great compassion. Okay. After he finishes that, he goes the other Choctaw. So that's the more general Choctaw to all the lineage. And then he Damcha. He makes a promise to do what?
Finish it.
Finish or die.
Yeah.
Okay. He finished. Okay. All right. And now we start the outline. Okay. And you want to have someone else read then? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. And you could do the cursor.
I don't think we can squeeze another person here.
You can put a
Online.
chair here.
Okay. Let's start with Tin Hunian.
Me?
Ting
Yep.
Nguyen. Ting Nguyen.
Tin Hunian.
Please read the
Yep.
Nguyen.
Yeah. Ten Kitun.
Nice.
Okay.
Very good. Okay.
Sure.
Thank you, then. Which means what, Stanley?
Mean
The meaning of
Meaning
the
of the-
sen. Yeah,
the
the meaning
word.
of the name.
the name. of
Okay.
the
So
thing.
first
Yeah.
he's going to explain the name. What was the name?
Essence of the excellent words of the excellent.
But what's the commentary to?
Abhidharma Samuchaya.
Yeah, Abhidharma Samuchaya, the collection, the compendium of higher knowledge, Samuchaya. Okay. Then Tin, what's the next one?
Is Gyuki Chak.
Yeah.
Chuck.
What Gyurki Chakta? What's that mean?
Bow down.
The prostration of the Gyur,
Your
Gyurwa. This means translator.
your
Okay,
interest.
yeah,
Oh.
and that's not part of the original book,
Right,
right? It's
right.
the prostration by the two Tibetan translators. Usually there's this
Oh.
in Indian, there's usually a team of 4 people, 2 Tibetans, 2 Indians. It was a good system. It was a very good system. Maybe we could use it for the diamond cutter press. Okay. Shungi, sorry, Tin, one more.
Tin.
Yeah. Shun Kitun.
Yeah,
Okay,
Shungi Din.
good.
What's Shung, you guys?
Is the main
Yeah, the
text.
major text, the
Part.
text itself. So then he's going to start the meaning of the actual text, which is the, by the way, these outlines are notoriously unbalanced. Okay. The commentary on the prostration takes 2 lines. The commentary on the Shun takes 40 years. Okay. So that these outlines, some people try to split the English translations that way. So the translator's prostration is 2 sentences. And then there's a whole new part for the whole book. And it's wrong. It's silly. You know, they should be balanced. The parts of the book should be balanced. It shouldn't be 1 page and then 5,000 pages. You know, you can't follow the topical outline as a quantity outline in English. It doesn't work. It's a bad idea, but some people do. Okay. Stanley, who's next?
Yeah. Dodo.
Dodo.
Sorry, which one?
This one, yeah.
Lunamba Shakba.
Kappa, yeah.
Nice. What's Lu?
The body.
Yeah, and this means the body of the text, the body of the book. Okay, so this is the main body of the explanation. The explanation, the outline, the main treatment of the whole book, number shakpa. Okay. Keep going, Dodo.
Lenlangwa.
Yeah.
Nice. Leng Langwa. Yeah,
Yeah.
both high tone. Leng Langwa.
Leng.
Leng means a conversation. And in this case, it means, and you know, Lengshi in Vinaya, what's that? Yeah, the original incident, for example. So it means a conversation. Leng Langwa means he's going to open the conversation.
Oh.
Okay. And that's where he puts the dome.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay.
summarized
And he starts
verses.
referring to the dome. So the Abhidharma Samuchaya
Mm.
begins with about 15 lines of a summary of the whole book, dome. And Stanley was referring to it. So you have to get used to the word dome.
Mm.
And dome means, you know, dome ba can mean vows.
Mm.
Dome can mean advice, but dome in a book, it means a summary. So the Abhidharma Samuchaya original, it begins with a summary of the whole book. Okay. And we got the Sanskrit of the dome, and I like it because to me it helps me understand the whole dome. It breaks down this, as you can see. Sometimes you can continue the numbering for 20 different items, or some people count them differently to 10 items or something like that. The first 9 are easy, and then it breaks down a little bit. Okay. But we said do, dung, chi, cheer, right? That's what Stanley was talking about in his homework.
Yeah.
Do means how many, which is kati. And then chi, cheer means kasmat. And then yerlan is upadanam. Seni is lakshanam. Dei nambashak means tadya stiti. Korim means krama. That's also the word for steps of the path. Vikram is a common Indian name. Artha, like Siddhartha, means meaning. Okay. Pe is upamya. And Yewa is bedascha, which became the VID in divide, in the word divide. Okay. And those are the main 9 topics in this summary. Okay. And what I realized when I went back and I went through it carefully, and something that's going to make you feel better about this book is that he never explains any of these. Okay. And I thought I was frustrated. I thought I was wrong. I didn't understand something, or he does not explain them. He doesn't even number them for us. So apparently it's coming later. Okay. So here's the opening page of the book that he's commenting on. He mentions the summary, dome. He gives the dome. He talks about the dome, but he never explains it. He never explains what the different things are. And then I was so relieved. And that's because either people explain it at the beginning and they lose you because you haven't reached the concepts yet. See, that's what they do with the Abhidharma Kosha, like the commentary that I grew up on by Gendon Drup, the first big teacher. He tries to explain the summary at the beginning, and you get lost immediately because it takes 400 pages to explain it. And Gyaltsab doesn't even bother. And that made me so relieved, because I didn't understand it, and you're not supposed to. He doesn't want to explain the book before he explains the book. Got it? Okay. Later, you'll go back when you finish, you'll go back to the summary and say, oh, that means that means that. Okay. So I don't know. I felt really good about it.
Geshe, is dome always in verses in general?
No, it's kind of unusual.
Okay.
It's kind of unusual. Dome can also mean advices.
Okay.
But here it means a summary. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And by the way, the last line here, Kunle Tupe Chidom Yin, means this is my summary of the whole Abhidharma Samuchaya. This is my summary of the whole Samuchaya. It is not in the Sanskrit. He's added that. Okay. And so that's kind of frustrating also. You see,
it's somehow in Chinese. I checked the dome.
He adds that line.
Yeah.
It's not in the
Sanskrit.
It's not in the Sanskrit that we have. I checked and I couldn't find it. Okay, let's keep going on the outline. So the first point of today's class is to realize there's an outline. You understand the words of the outline, and you don't understand what the outline's about. And he doesn't want you to. Okay, so then I was just so relieved. I was in the Peachtree Cafe with Tim, and I was like, I'm not supposed to understand this. Okay, all right. Who's reading next, Stanley?
Let me see. Juan, please. Here, come.
We don't have our total setup yet. We're getting there. Okay. Ooh, handsome guy. That looks like he should be a news announcer or something.
Donkey no ngusungwa.
Yeah. What's ngo mean, you guys? The essence. Okay. Ngo sungwa means to identify. Ngo means general meaning of the face. Sungwa means to hold. So ngo sung means to hold the face. It means to identify somebody. He's going to identify the essence of the dome. He's going to tell you what was the summary for, but he doesn't tell you what the summary is about. Okay, and he admits that. Then he gives you Juan.
Shinam shak.
Chi, give me that double I.
Chi nam
shak. Yeah.
Chi nam.
Chi whiz. Okay, chi nam shak means what's chi? Chi che dark.
Oh,
Presentation.
General. Namshak means treatment. So he's going to give you like an overview. Chi Namshak means an overview. Again, he's not treating the famous dome. He's not explaining the pieces of the famous summary of the book. Okay. Then Juan.
Kapsu pape dun shepa.
Yeah. Kapsu bapa means relevant to the context. Bap means false. Kap means context or situation. So kapsu bapa means and what I realized later, he's making an excuse for why he's not going to cover the dome. He said, let's just go on to some relevant stuff, And you're like, wait a minute, you didn't explain the summary. He's like, yeah, I don't want to, because that's the whole goddamn book. All right. Okay. So kapsu bapa then let's treat a few ideas that are sticking out. Let's not try to cover the whole summary. Okay. And by the way, I'm following Gyaltsab J's outline. He outlines the whole, like a good Tsongkapian, which is what I prefer to call the whole sect, by the way. Tsongkapians. He has a very stringent outline and artificial. It's imposed. It's not in the original book. They imposed the outline.
That's stringent.
Strict.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay, keep going. Hustle.
Dung nge shepa.
Yeah, this nge is instrumental. So what's it mean?
5.
Yeah, 5. With 5 topics, I'll give an explanation. What explanation? I'm not explaining the summary. Yeah, I'm just explaining some relevant points. I'm so relieved because I didn't understand the dome. And I'm not supposed to understand the dome. But he didn't tell me I was not supposed to understand the dome. Okay. So here's some random points that he wants to bring up. And then he goes to Master Vasubandhu. He goes to little brother. Okay.
Oh, that's where we were before.
Yeah, which is totally illegal. Like Gyaltsab J goes to the little brother for some random, not random. I mean, they're relevant, but they're not the summary.
I see.
Okay. And so I feel so much better. Okay. So then he brings up 5 points from the little brother, Vasubandhu, about how to understand a presentation. It doesn't even apply specifically to the Abhidharma Samuchaya. Vasubandhu says, hey, anytime you start a new book, there's 5 things you might want to do. They have nothing to do with this book in particular.
Right.
You can stretch them to this book, but okay. And then by this time, he's way off the summary and he never comes back. Okay. And I just never noticed. Okay.
Oh.
So here we go. Here's the five suggestions that the little brother gives anytime you want to eat a big book. Okay. Here's 5 suggestions. Who's going to read the first one? Juan?
Okay. Tenchu di gukpei dun.
Yeah. So we're going to have 5. Here's the first one. These are Vasubandhu's suggestions to how to digest a big book. And he says, first of all, what's the gupa of this whole tenchu?
Purpose.
Yeah, what's the purpose? And then Gyaltsab J goes and gets 9 purposes of the whole book. Okay. He goes and finds 9 purposes to the whole book.
Mm.
I artificially put them in the outline. They're not part of Gyaltsab J's outline, but they're useful for understanding his outline.
Mm.
So I thought we could read them for fun.
Mm.
Okay. And we need a new victim.
Okay.
Thank you, victim.
Mr.
Mr.
Timothy
Tim, let's go.
with the head. Yes.
No.
Wait.
You look like a pandita, Indian pandita.
Takes 40 years. You gotta-
And by the way, I edited these purposes because they were too long. So I just shortened them. It's okay Tibetan, but just so you know, I shortened them. Okay, so please read the first one.
Di doja tekpa sumki lamla kepar Jawa.
Yeah, we had Kepacha. I want to make
Oh.
people
Master.
a master of the Lam,
the path
of the Tekpasum,
of the
of the 3 different ways. What are the 3 different ways?
yeah. Listener, self-made Buddhas, and Bodhisattvas.
Yeah, which means the implication is if you study this Abhidharma Samuchaya,
Oh, yeah.
unlike the Abhidharma Kosha,
Kosher. Yeah.
you will become a master of the higher way and the lower way.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you can say higher way and lower
Higher.
way. That's a good advertisement. The
Mm.
purpose for writing this book in the first place by Master Asanga, Arya Asanga,
Mm.
was he wanted to educate people of all yanas, higher yana, lower yana. Okay,
Actually, I wonder he wrote it before the kosher or afterwards.
that it has to be after, I think,
You think so? Oh,
but it's not necessarily the case. Kosha treats 7 earlier Abhidharma books,
right.
so it could be either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just interested.
Who's getting Tim?
Palpe doja nangrang. Is parentheses, is that an English parenthesis?
Yeah, Nyenrang.
Nangrang. Rangi lamla kepar Jawa.
Yeah, Kepachow is the same.
Master.
Teach them to become masters of Rankilam.
Our path.
No, their own path.
Oh, there.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Oh.
he says, I'm gonna
Lower.
re-educate the lower, the Hinayana guy, so they're better at their own path. Here's Arya Sangha, the Mahayana master. He says, by the time you're done, I'll make you better Hinayana than you were before. Okay, modest, typically modest. Okay. Kalpa means normal or common, and it's kind of an insult in Tibetan. Okay. Doja means disciples. So what's Palpe Doja?
Normal.
It's Niente and Rang Sangye, which we always shorten to Nyenrang. Listeners and self-made Buddhists. By the time you get done with my mind-only treatment of Abhidharma, you'll be a better Abhidharmaist. He's advertising it. You'll be a better Hinayana practitioner by the time you guys finish my hybrid book, my Abhidharma mind-only hybrid book. Okay, that's the second purpose of the Abhidharma Samuchaya. Yeah. Okay. Third purpose.
Tekpa chempoe dena la malokpa shupa.
Yeah, I'll get you into the Dana of the Tikchen.
I get you free baskets.
The Pitika, yeah, the basket of the greater way. Okay. Without Lokpa, without making any mistakes. Okay. I will ease you guys into the higher way, Mahayana. Who's these guys?
The Palpas.
Yeah, the ones he mentioned in the last one.
Oh.
Those Hinayana guys. He said, I'll introduce you to the higher way in a way that you won't screw up. Okay. All right. That's his advertisement.
That's what he did to his younger brother.
Yeah, that's what he did to his other brother. He saved him his tongue. Okay. Tim, one more.
Tekchen tu shukshin sin.
Yeah.
Kyang gushepar pen dakpa.
This is misspelled somewhere. I gotta hang on. That go is wrong somehow. I must have misspelled it. Hang on. Xuanzang. Xuanzang. We can search the whole book. Nope. Section to shoot. No, okay, forget it. Anyway, I think it means makoa, which means what you don't understand. I'll fix this later. Okay. All right. One more, Tim.
Okay, sure. You didn't explain it.
Oh, yeah. Even after they enter the higher way, who?
The lower guys.
Those previous lower guys. What they don't understand, I'll make sure they get it. Okay.
Cool.
I'll make sure they get it. It's okay. Like they're attracted to the Mahayana, but they don't grasp the Mahayana. I'll help them.
Wow.
Okay.
Nice.
You want to do one more with Tim? I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Strengthen do chi sen min par sin pe tong ni ta wei chakpa pang wa.
Yeah, this is talking about people who talk about Dongbani, who get scared,
Oh, scared.
who get freaked out. Talk means to get freaked out. To get freaked out by emptiness because they take Zimba, the Trangden, the way it's not supposed to be taken. Jishin Mayimba. Yeah, they misunderstand the statements of the second turning of the wheel, where Lord Buddha said,
Nothing.
the Heart Sutra, for example. They freaked out. Okay, so that's a fifth purpose of what?
Samuchaya.
The Abhidharma Samuchaya. He's gonna get into Chang'e.
Oh.
Okay, he's gonna get into interpreting radical statements by Lord Buddha. Okay,
Nice.
because those guys got freaked out. Who's those guys?
The
The
Hinayana.
lower school guys who are just getting into the higher school. The lower Yana guys who he's squeezed into the Mahayana, but they're not comfortable yet with certain statements. Okay, good. Let's choose somebody else.
Okay. Lindsay? Yeah.
Lindsay. Thank you, Lindsay, for feeding all of these growing families of translators.
Do du pa la ga we gore
More.
nor
No tongue. More.
Nor.
More. On the back of your mouth. More. Keep your tongue down on your lower jaw. More. It forces you to make the right noise. Just close your throat. More. Okay. Don't dupla going more.
adore do 10
Nice. 10. No, don't be like Nick. It's a 10. All right, just kidding, Nick. Okay. You got better. Ever since you moved away from Portugal. Okay. No, welcome back, by the way. It's so nice to have you here. Do dupla. People who like dupa. They like short presentations. People who enjoy the Heart Sutra rather than the 100,000 verse Prajnaparamita. Okay, that's called do dupala gawe. People who enjoy shorter presentations. Okay, more means to their face. Okay, it's a locative. The R is a L. To them, tortu. We make a short presentation. Okay. Can you anticipatory translate the next line? Yeah. So for the people who want, a brief summary so they can get to the cafe faster, give them a short one. And then in number 7, please read.
Epala ga we
More.
Yay.
Yeah.
Pa Yepa Tenpa.
Yeah, temba.
Temba.
No aspiration. Temba. It doesn't exist in English. Da. Okay, what's it mean? Gawa means they enjoy.
People who enjoy longer.
Yeah, people enjoy long presentation. To their face, meaning to them. This is a very famous expression, especially with emptiness. Yewa tayepa. Infinite examples.
Oh.
Infinite examples. Okay. Temba means teach them. Yeah, you say cool, but you see, there's people who say, I don't want that. Just give me the Heart Sutra. You know, okay. That shows what kind of person you are. He's like, yeah, cool. Give me endless examples of emptiness. Okay. Okay, we got 7 purposes finished. We got 2 more to go. Lindsay.
Okay.
Do de Yampa Sowa Ma Yampa Gewarja.
Geparcha. Yeah. Soa means like sojo. To fix something. Okay. And these are the sutras which have nyamba. Nyamba means degenerated. Okay. So part of the purpose of writing the Abhidharma Samuchaya is to restore the ancient sutras which were lost or corrupted. Okay.
Okay.
And on the other side, if they didn't nyamba, I want to gepa them. I want to spread them. Okay. The sutras that were damaged, and by the way, that's what the Input Project does. If they've been damaged, let's fix them. If they're not damaged, let's spread them. Okay, that's all. Okay, last of the 9 purposes. Lindsay.
Kepa. Which one is that? Chepe. Oh, okay. Chanyon.
Penyon.
Penyon. Penyon. Gito.
Yeah, here's the classic subject matter of the Abhidharma Kosha, first chapter. Pong Kam Keche.
Oh, the 3?
Yep. Which is the 5
heaps,
the 12 doors of sense, and the
18
categories. Total of 35.
Oh.
Keep it in your mind, because he'll be saying 35 over and over again. He won't tell you what he's talking about. Okay, it's the 35. It's the 35 divisions of reality. And then there's a very radical statement. Kepache, if you become a kepa in those 35,
master them,
you will achieve 2 opinions. It'll do 2 good things for you. By the way, the first one is divided into 2 itself. And here's his claim. What's his radical claim?
That's the 2 benefit, right? Shamatha and...
Yeah, you will. It's actually 3, but the 2 of them is
right.
You will gain shamatha and vipassana.
Right.
I've never seen that. Ever. Wow. Never. I never heard any Abhidharma guy claim that by studying those 35 super boring topics, that you will suddenly be able to see emptiness. And that's a beautiful, beautiful claim. And it's such a beautiful way to end the benefits of his book. He says, you learn those 35 super boring topics, you're going to get shamatha and vipassana.
Okay.
And I've never seen anyone say that. And that's a really good sales point. You know. Okay. So those are the 9. I added them to the outline because he didn't formally add them.
Okay, so you said there are 3, isn't it? 2 or 3.
With 2 or 3 what?
Benefits. So shamatha and
vipassana. We're getting there.
Oh, it's not. But
no,
it's not
he doesn't
here.
cover it there. But it's coming.
I see.
Yeah. The first one is divided into 2, vipassana and shamatha.
Okay.
The second one is okay. Here we go.
Can we change the person?
By the way, we're about to reach the second of the 5 of Vasubandhu's 5. Asanga has switched over to his little brother's 5 points. Okay, 5 points about the new Abhidharma. Okay, first one was 9 benefits. Okay.
Yeah. Purpose.
Here's the second one. You want Lindsay to do one more?
Okay.
Chu Di Du Pei Dun.
Nice. Dupa means summary. Okay. And he says, I'll give you a summary of the whole Shastra, which means Abhidharma Samuchaya. I'll give you a summary of the whole new Abhidharma. Okay, got it?
Right. Yeah.
And this is where he inserts the 5 Samuchayas.
Oh, I see.
So now you can start to understand where the hell he is, because he's been jumping around like there were, by the way, yesterday I was translating to Kappa, there were 2 bad habits that arhats have before they get enlightened in the Hinayana. Number 1, they jump around like monkeys when they get excited. Number 2, they call people bad names like what's that? Bad names like what do you call a cleaning lady?
Maid.
Yeah, maid, housemaid. They say you're just a housemaid. It's like super subtle bad deeds of people who are arhats but not yet enlightened. It's called nengenlen. It's called subtle traces of bad deeds. When they get excited, they move like they have to go to the bathroom. And when they get really frustrated, somebody, they say, you are old maid. Old maid. Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Anyways, that doesn't have anything to do here. So he's going to summarize the whole Shastra, and then he skips to the Samuchayas.
Oh yeah,
because inside the Samuchaya, there's 5 Samuchayas, which is extremely confusing. Okay, so here's our 5 Samuchayas inside the Samuchaya. Who do you want to read?
Mr. Fixer.
Are we doing okay on time? I don't wanna...
Let me see. 7 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
We can take over the 15 discussion.
Yeah, that's true. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the 5 what? Yeah, the Samuchayas inside the Samuchaya. Yeah. So the Samuchaya itself has 5 Samuchayas. Yeah. The summary has 5 summaries. And those are the 5 chapters of the summary. Each one of the chapters of the summary is called a summary.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the first one, Rob.
Chani Kunle Tupa.
Yeah, which means the summary about definitions.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's heavy data, heavy information chapter. Okay. And I'm giving you an idea of the quantity of material. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's about 29 folios. Mm-hmm. Multiplied times 8 to get the English.
Oh, okay.
240 pages of English.
Yeah.
In the first chapter, which is a data, information. Okay. Raw data about Abhidharma. First chapter.
I guess it's the 5 hubs and things like
that. Yeah, it is heavily.
Okay.
And here's the second Samuchaya inside the Samuchaya. Okay. Ram.
Dempa Nepar Shipa.
Yeah, and a presentation of the truth. And by the way, he changes the name. The name of the second chapter is no longer Samuchaya. Oh. It's Vinishchaya, Nambangepa, which means the discrimination or the ascertainment. Oh. Ascertainment. The first Samuchaya is called Samuchaya. The second Samuchaya is called Vinishchaya, which means ascertainment rather than compendium. Okay. But in situ means in the actual chapter, they refer to it as the second Samuchaya. So it's super confusing. Okay. The second Samuchaya is not called Samuchaya, and it is a Samuchaya.
Right.
Plus there's how many? 6. There's 6 Samuchaya. Now I've got 6. Okay. But the last 4, the latter 4 of the 5, the last 4 of the 5 Samuchayas, their technical name is Vinishchaya, which means ascertainment rather than summary.
Okay.
But in the actual chapter, they call them Samuchayas.
Wait, so again, where do they call them Vinishchayas?
In the end of the chapter. They call it inside the chapter, they call them Samuchayas. At the end of the chapter, they call them Vinishchayas. It's very confusing.
Huh.
Okay. All right. That's 27 folios total. About a similar amount of information. That's about 225 pages or something in English.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Third chapter, Ram.
Che nampar neba.
Yeah, the ascertainment of dharmas in situ called Samuchaya number 3.
Okay.
Okay. All right. But it's a Vinishchaya. Okay. The last 4 of the 5 chapters are called Vinishchaya, which is very confusing because they're also Samuchayas. Okay. Okay. But very important, if you had to divide the whole book, you would divide it 1 plus 4. 1, heavy data presentation. 2, 3, 4, 5, interpretation of the heavy data.
Ascertainment. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and that's why they're ascertainment. Yeah. Very interesting. Okay, so it's 5 chapters. First chapter, information. Last 4 chapters, interpretation. And they roughly divide into 2 halves. Not by quantity, but by subject matter.
And the second half has 4 parts.
Yeah, exactly. 4 famous parts. Okay, which are reflected in the dome.
Oh, I see.
They're listed in the dome. If you know how to read the dome, they're in there. Okay, that's a long story. All right. Number 4, Topa. Okay.
Topa nampar nepa.
Yeah, ascertainment of achievement. Okay, of achievement, which in situ is called the 4th Samuchaya. Okay, of the 5. Okay. And then last one, Rob.
Wait. Drowe tam nampar nepa kunle tupa.
Yeah, here he mixes the 2 words. It's the Vinishchaya Samuchaya. Okay. And then this is a famous mistake. Belwetam and Delwetam. Okay. And you got to get used to it. Half the time they're going to be calling it Belwetam, and half the time they're going to be calling it Delwetam. Delwa is about 100 times more common than Belwa, but the correct reading is Belwa. Okay, so all through history, people have carved an extra ratak under the bell and turned it into Delwa, which means connection, which is extremely common. Belwa is extremely rare. Okay, and there's the 5 parts of the book.
How do we know that is it that right there that makes it Bella?
You take out the R. Okay. But I warn you, you're going to see it both ways through the whole book. When you see it, think of Bella means discussion, sankatya. It's a discussion rather than a connection. Del is like tendel, dependent origination. So it's an error that's been made for 1800 years. Okay, very difficult, and it really makes life difficult. Okay, now that's the 5. We're into this. We're into the second suggestion of Vasubandhu for how to treat a book. How many suggestions total he has? 5. We're just in the second suggestion, which is give me a summary of the book. Okay, what was the first suggestion? Give me the purpose of the book. Okay, so it gets very confusing. We're in the Samuchaya, then we're in the Vinishchaya, and then we're still in Vasubandhu, and we're still in his brother. And that's why it was so confusing when we were going through it step by step. Okay, so he mentions the 5 kuntus there when he talks about how to summarize the whole book.
Right.
Okay.
It actually makes sense.
Now, Gyaltsab says, you know what? Asanga divided his book into 5 parts. Vasubandhu divided it into 5 different parts. And I'm going to divide it too.
Okay.
He divides it into 6 parts. And it gets very confusing. Okay. So the older brother said, my book has 5 chapters. Some are they're all Samuchayas, but some of them are Vinishchayas. Okay. Then his brother says, well, anytime you write any book, you should treat 5 topics, like why did you write it and what's it supposed to do, etc. Then Gyaltsab comes along in here and says, I have a suggestion. What? I think there's 6 purposes to a book.
Okay.
And he just throws it in. Okay. And now we're getting really confused. Okay. Inside the 9, we had the 5 and the 5, and then we got the 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's Gyaltsab 6. Who's gonna read them?
Okay. Oh my God. Oscar.
Hola.
Okay.
Yung su Shepard Chawe Ngupo.
And then read the next one.
Yung su Shepard Chawe Tun.
Yeah, so Gyaltsab says that I think the whole book can be summarized in 6 topics. They hang together in 2, 2, and 2. Okay. The first 2 are called the ngupo that you better yongsu shepa. Stuff you gotta know. Stuff you gotta know thoroughly, yongsu. Okay. Stuff you gotta know thoroughly. And by the way, we're gonna get there. What you should know, which is mainly the 35 categories.
I see.
Okay. Stuff you should understand. Okay.
Okay.
And then stuff you should understand, and then what you should understand about that stuff, which is done.
The meaning.
Okay. So ngupo means stuff you should understand. And then dun means meaning of the stuff you should understand. Got it? That's the first 2 of his 6 purposes of the book.
Okay.
Second 2 of this. Then we go back to Oscar, I think.
Yeah, Oscar, please.
Yung su Shepe Gyu. Yung su Shepe Sherap.
Yeah, see how they hang together? Yongsu Shipe Gyu means what's gonna help you to understand everything. The cause. What's gonna help you understand? And then he goes straight into Shirab.
The wisdom after
the
you understand?
wisdom that's going to help you understand. Okay. What's the cause? Then he says wisdom. That's going to help you understand everything. Okay, got it?
And could it be the wisdom you gain after you understand?
It could be. Then he's gonna he describes those 2 together as practice. How to practice. First, what do you practice? Lamki Mikpa means what does the path focus on? Then he says, Nyamlan, how do you practice that path? Second 2 topics. And now, what are you going to give up? Bangspa. And what are you going to take up? Tokpa. Okay. The results of your practice. And they are, Oscar.
Yung su Shepe Trebu.
Yeah.
Trab Turikpa.
Yeah, Yonsu Shepherd Demu means what kind of results you're going to get by understanding all this stuff, by mastering all this stuff. And then super knowledge. Super knowledge. Super knowledge. Those are the 6 what?
Gyaltsab.
Those are Gyaltsab purposes for the whole book. Divided into 3 parts. Okay. Number 1, what are you supposed to understand? Number 2, how do you understand it? Number 3, what happens to you if you understand it? That's his summary of the whole Abhidharma Samuchaya. Okay. Very confusing. We got outline inside it, outline inside it, outline inside it, outline. Okay. That's why when you go through it slowly, trying to get the pronunciation right, you get totally lost. Now we're on point number 3. I'll give $100. Anybody tells me quickly which point number 3?
Vasubandhu.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Stanley got the $100. Vasubandhu has been insisting in a typical little brother way that we should listen to his 5 divisions, his 5 methodologies for any book.
Right. General.
Okay. Yeah. So here's his 3rd one. What was the first one?
Purpose.
Yeah. Understand why the hell you're reading the book.
The
second,
summary of the book.
Yeah. Understand the whole structure of the book.
Yeah.
And now thirdly, Sigden.
Meaning of the words.
Yeah. And if you remember, we were studying words.
Yeah.
Some words like skanda
Yes.
apply to 10 different meanings, and you better figure out which meaning it refers to in this case.
Right.
You see what I mean? And then sometimes you have multiple words that have the same meaning.
Hmm.
So what Vasubandhu said was, be sensitive to language.
Hmm.
That's my third suggestion. Be sensitive to language. Language can be a tricky thing,
Cool.
especially Sanskrit.
Hmm.
Okay, all right. That's his suggestion.
Hmm.
Fourth,
Sen.
Samjana,
Samjao.
composition. Be
Oh, yeah,
sensitive
yeah.
to composition.
Yeah,
How are words joined together?
yeah.
Samjana. That's Vasubandhu's
Number
fifth suggestion. Be sensitive to the fine points of the composition.
Hmm.
Be a master of composition before you think you can read one of these shastras.
Hmm.
Okay. And then finally, Gyalin.
Yeah.
Appreciate
the response. The difficult.
Appreciate debate
Mm.
as a philosophical tool. Gyalin means debate. Okay. Appreciate debate. Understand how useful it is to argue about the meaning of something, because then you come out with a really deep understanding. And that's the whole Geshe course. That's the whole debate thing. And it's ancient. It comes from Lord Buddha. Okay. Those were little brothers, blah, he's like, can I say something? And he got his 5 points in there. And now we go back to the Abhidharma Samuchaya. Vasubandhu gets kicked out.
Oh.
Okay, go home, go back to school. All right. Okay, it's very confusing. The structure, you have to look at the outline. Okay, who's going to read, Stanley?
Rosa. It's short, Rosa.
Here she comes. Yay. You got it. Is it clear enough there? You want to make it bigger for her?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Lu Nam Sa Yi Situm J Braktu Shapa.
Yeah, Lu here means body of the book. Yeah, Namshak means the presentation. Let's discuss the meaning of the wording of the whole presentation. Chedaktu is like Vaibhashika, right?
Oh, in detail.
Yeah, let's study it. It's probably a pun.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's Vaibhashika study these words. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And then I've added some points that I thought should be here, but he did not add them in the outline. Okay, these are me taking points out of his discussion. Okay, because I think otherwise you won't understand it. Okay. First of all, what? Oh, please read, brother. Pungsok.
Pungsok Sampai Pei Nangla Nela Kepar Ja Shai Bashir Tam.
Yeah. This book was composed past tense, some, right? In order that people should become kepas about Pungsok, the heaps, etc. The 35 topics. Okay, classical topics of Abhidharma. That's why this book was written. Okay. And he wants people to think about those points. Samba. Think about those 35. And then he says, I'm going to tell you as an advertisement, if you do think about the points of Abhidharma, it will help you a lot. And he says, I'll give you 3 benefits. Divided into 2 plus 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see.
All right.
I see.
First, what is it going to do for your mind? And then secondly, what's it going to do for your debate ability or something? Okay. Something like that. Okay. So what's it going to do for your mind? 2 things. Rosa, read. Shine.
Oh, Shine. Ki Yesu
Tumba. And then Plak
Tumpel by Belway. Jesumpa.
Yeah, and here's the all-time sales pitch for Abhidharma, which is going to get Stanley through the next 4 years. Okay, number one, this is very conducive, Jesutumba, to developing shamatha. Studying these 35 super borings is maybe because you fall asleep, you're going to do meditation. So, okay.
Dream yoga.
All right. It's conducive to shamatha, which I've never seen that advertised in Abhidharma. Then secondly, it's conducive to pella, to increase your laktom, vipassana. Vipassana. Okay. Which basically means he's advertising, Asanga is advertising his book as a method of seeing emptiness directly. Which you're gonna have to hold on to that in the dry days ahead. So, I believe it worked for me personally. I had great results from, I was studying Abhidharma at the time. So, okay. Next.
Drow. Oh, Bell.
Belway. Tama. Pepe. Peyum.
Yeah. Again, there's the mistake between Bella and Bella. Okay. Benefits of getting into it's kind of like debate. It's kind of like discussion. Okay. Benefits of the discussion. Mental benefits, yes. Shamatha, vipassana. What do you call it? Intellectual benefits? You will understand the finer points. Something like that. Okay. Then there's a whole discussion. Can you read this
2
one?
minutes, Geshe.
Before the 15 or the?
Before. No,
I'm buying the 15.
you already.
Oh, I already used
into
it.
the 15.
That's okay. Keep going. Keep going.
They can yin the one to jab.
Chawe
Shi.
Yeah. She here is very important. Vastu. What's the material you're gonna become a master of? She here, basis means material. What's the material you're gonna become a master of? Okay. That's a big point. And by the way, I believe personally, the first 12 topics of the Dome are the Shi.
First 12 topics of the Dome. Okay.
There's 12, and then there's 8 more.
Oh.
In the Dome. The Dome is a complicated thing itself. And I believe it breaks down first Samuchaya and four Samuchayas. Shi and then the
1 plus 4, you mean?
1 plus 4. 9 plus
the raw data and
so I believe you can draw a line through the Dome and split the first Samuchaya from the fourth Samuchaya. Okay, and that's a very profound thing that I was figured out. Okay. We can finish. I'm gonna go fast. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
Dong Sungwa means what kind of dome? What kind of summary? There's different flavors of summaries. It's a small discussion of which kind of summary is our summary. We didn't get there yet. We're not there yet. Then he's gonna talk about Yenlok, the different components of the whole book. Yepa. That's where he starts his commentary. We haven't reached the commentary yet. We're just still in the introduction. This whole discussion today does not reach the commentary yet. Okay, it's just introduction. Okay, then he's gonna treat the Seni Samuchaya, the definition Samuchaya, which is the first of the 5.
Right.
It's the first of the 5 Samuchayas. Okay, and that involves explaining that chapter, first chapter, first of the 5 chapters of the Samuchaya.
Which is the raw data, basically.
Okay. Then Kepachawe Shi means what is it you have to master, which is the content of the first of the 5 parts of the Abhidharma Samuchaya. Okay. Then he's gonna get into the pumbos. and the coms and the caches. And that's data, raw data that you should understand.
35.
Yeah, the 35. Okay. How he treats those three categories is interesting. He's going to do Chilen. He's going to have a debate.
Cool.
The way he treats the 35 categories, classical commentaries, the classical topics of Abhidharma, the 35, he's going to treat through a discussion. Chiwa and Len. Okay. And then he's going to go on to then I stopped the outline here, but there's 9 more topics. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Cool. Super.
Now you know where the hell we are.
Yeah.
We didn't reach the book yet.
I just hope I don't forget.
No, it's just different people throwing in their lists. And then the lists are inside the list, and it gets very confusing. And Samuchayas become Vinishchayas, and but there's still Samuchayas, and then the whole book is a Samuchaya, and it's very confusing. But I think it's more clear now.
Thank you for all the
what and it took me 5 hours to do what I just did. And what was amazing to me was those whole thing, that whole dome, the whole summary of the whole book that he introduced us to, he never explained it. And he didn't want to. And why he put it in there, I don't know. Okay. But that's the opening lines of the Abhidharma Samuchaya.
Right.
And he does not comment on it.
Okay.
And I felt bad for not understanding them. And then I realized he didn't expect us to. Okay?
Cool.
All right. We're out to Peachtree.
Yay.
And then we can go back to our actual book. And Stanley's going to translate.
Okay. Yes.
Let me go to the beginning here. When it says stopped here 4/20/24, and 5, what's the date today? 11?
11.
Tomorrow's Mother's Day.
Oh.
Don't forget.
Okay. Which do I translate?
I want you to translate this one.
Okay.
Which is, by the way, the advertisement that you can increase your Vipassana.
Oh, yeah.
And then I want you to... He's going to explain the 2 mental benefits, Vipassana and Shamatha. And then he's going to explain the benefits of interaction, debate, which is Belway here spelled.
Oh, yeah, Bell.
Correctly.
Discussion. Yeah.
In this case.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
All right. Down to Hasso. Hey, take the copy.
Thank you, Geshe.
Welcome. And please tell the Madame President of the University why I didn't get my second essay done this week. It's due to her friend, Dr. Jay's fault.
Good. Okay. Should I stop the sharing or that stays? I don't know. Yeah. Oops. I don't know. What happened? Stop share. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Geshe. Thank you, Stanley. I think it's good, no? They can hear me. Yeah. Thank you very much. So I think this class was particularly difficult, I think. And the little I could understand is because I've been studying lately the classes to prepare for them. And then I shared the recordings because we have been working on updating the YouTube playlist. So now it's good news that you can go to YouTube and watch the classes if you want to study them and watch them. The playlists are almost ready, so it's good news to know that now material is available, and I've been doing it, and I think it's great. I recommend you to access them there too. So let's go through some of the events that are happening very, very soon. If Gina helps me to share the screen, thank you very much. So before this, there is another picture just for people to know. The Sedona College of International Management, thank you very much. Yes, is having their sessions these days. The session started on May 6th and they are going to go until May 21st, just for you to know what's happening at the Sedona College these days. And on the 21st, that's next picture, it's going to be a special fun interactive session with Geshe Michael Roach. There is a QR code. You can sign up for that. I think it's going to be very, very cool. So you can check it out. It's free, should be free. Yeah, if they try to charge you, complain. Just kidding. But should be free and anyone can sign up for this particular interactive session. Yeah, if they charge you for other things, don't complain, I guess. But for this one, yeah. Okay, and then soon the Diamond Silk Entrepreneur University, it's gonna have sessions. It's gonna be very exciting. They're gonna have sessions in Sedona, yay! And I think they're gonna go for 2 weeks. It's the first time they have sessions here. I think they're starting around the 25th of May and all the way to June 1st or something like that. We'll keep you posted, but it's a great reason for celebrating that. Okay, and then in beginnings of June, team is taking some teachers to teach the courses of ancient wisdom to Kyoto. So if you haven't signed up for that and you're going to be around in Japan, it's a great opportunity to experience these courses. Great content, great ancient wisdom. And it's going to be like a party in Kyoto because after that, YSI is also having an event teaching about Enjoy the Infinite Free Life. And that's going to happen just after Team Low and Hub teaches the course. So you can catch up the opportunity and go there. Last time we have an interview with Earl, we're going to keep telling you more about this event. And then at the same time, to add to the party in Kyoto, great teacher John Brady is going to be teaching about the Heart Sutra over there as well. So you can catch up the time and go to everything if you are in Japan, luckily. I think June is still not super hot, so it's still a kind of nice weather to be there. And speaking of the Heart Sutra, there is another retreat happening, but this time in Barcelona, in Spain, the 31st of October to the 10th of November by teachers Sarani and David Sumati. You can check more information in the QR code. They're going to be teaching, again, Heart Sutra in Barcelona in October. And next one, please. For people who cannot leave the American continent for whatever reason, you could instead go to the 3 Joules retreat, Inner Alchemy retreat. It's going to happen June 8th to June 15th, and it's going to be hosted by Hector Marcel and Rachel Webb. I have here the retreats are very cool. Their events, they just have the Met Gala. Soon we will hear how did it go. But this is another option if you are either afraid of leaving the American continent or other reasons. Yeah, it's Costa Rica. Yeah. I mean, continent, American continent. Yeah. So, yeah. And finally, we want to also let you know about the upcoming retreat in Diamond Mountain in October. You can pre-register there. Geshe Michael is going to be teaching there. Wisdom of Arya Nagarjuna and other very cool practices. And soon, before that, they're going to be having the reforestation program, which is the next picture. Yes, Asking the Waters to Stay. I think it's a very cool title. They are working very hard to transform the ecosystem, to improve it or to reestablish it as it was a long time ago when trees and birds were happily living there. So if you want more information, we'll talk more about it soon. But for now, you can use the QR code to check it out. And what I would like to say, Diamond Mountain is a very beautiful and conducive place to do retreats. You can use it for creative processes, to fix personal things in your life, to develop inner qualities, just time for quietude or not so quietude war inside your mind. but we hope it's gonna be very, very helpful for you and everybody else. And I just want to share a little video with you of something that happened in Diamond Mountain, and then invite a very special guest to have a short interview with us today. So let's watch the little video of Diamond Mountain and what can you do if you go there.
What is Peach Street World News doing?
This is called creative process.
Okay.
I mean, not really right now, but then you go for a walk, you go to do exercise, or you just have fun while you think on creative ideas on what needs to be done, what could be better. It's a very important part of the job.
Nice. See you.
That's it. You can enjoy Diamond Mountain, fun and creative processes. And speaking of retreat, we would like to invite a very special guest with us to talk a little bit. I just met him a little time ago. His name is Kate Emmons, and he did a 3-year retreat. And he's here.
Where?
Here.
Oh, right in close.
Yes. So thank you for coming. It's very nice to meet you. I would like also to give the chance to opportunity to the audience to get to know you a little bit more. Yes, they are excited. So could you introduce a little bit yourself and how did you came up to these teachings, and then maybe eventually what did it took you to do your 3-year retreat? Maybe
that's a big
your
topic.
Name, how old are you?
Oh,
how much
yeah.
you make?
No, I'm this old. I'm older than Geshe Michael. So that's really difficult. So what question did you want?
Well, first, what's your name?
I'm Keith H. Emmons. That's the name I use.
Where do you live?
I live in Boulder Creek, California.
And how did you start studying this beautiful ancient wisdom? What's your story?
Oh, it's a long story. So just short. The first introduction was reading the 6th Patriarch of Zen, Hui Neng's commentary on the Diamond Cutter Sutra. And then the short story is that for 20 years, literally for 20 years, I had in my mind, that's kind of cool text, and I kind of get it. I think it's got something there, but I don't understand it all. And I think, I really don't remember, but I think I saw a flyer somewhere about this guy, some teacher named Geshe Michael Roach, who was going to teach on the Diamond Cutter Sutra at Vajrapani Institute in California. My house and my partner's house, which we share, is walking distance down the road from Vajrapani Institute. She helped create Vajrapani Institute, which is the second center that Lama Yeshe made in the United States for that. So that's FPMT. Go look for tradition, but different tradition. Diamond Mountain tradition is unique and spectacular, and I recommend it. So, but don't let me wander.
No. And then eventually, what happened next? You met Geshe Michael. You say, I like the classes, I like the content, I like this teacher. And then how did it took you to do a 3-year meditation retreat?
Well, it's a logical progression. I've got a habit in my life personally. I don't like incompletions.
Okay.
So I don't like.
You look to me like that.
I don't like going 90%, because what's the last 10%? And I had been on a spiritual search for many, many years, for decades. And, there are many different trends, many different methods of coming to wisdom. And one of the things, I don't want to mention Lama Yeshe all the time, but one of the things Lama Yeshe said was that it's very easy to lose your way in the supermarket of methodologies for attaining the wisdom. And so you have to, at some point, you have to focus. You have to say, this is the one. And so I was a Zenny for a while. I wandered around to I did yoga, But when I met Geshe Michael and heard that somewhere on the planet there was somebody, or saw experienced that there was someone who understood the Diamond Cutter Sutra. That made me say, all right, I must focus here. There are other paths. And His Holiness said, your path, whatever it is. So some great teachers have said, your path, whatever it is, whatever tradition, whatever way is good. You just have to do it. So with Geshe Michael's instructions and help, I and my partner did.
That's wonderful. And I hear you also help building many cottages at Diamond Mountain, no?
Many, not many. I helped, yes.
Yeah. Have you been there lately?
No, I haven't been here since before 3 Retreat, which began in 2010. And this is wonderful. This is like coming back and seeing my family. Hello, all of you out there in the, the cyber world. It's wonderful to see you all. It's very fun to see you.
So it's great to have you here. And maybe October is a good chance for you to go to Diamond Mountain, check it out, see how much it has changed.
I'm very excited about the reforestation.
Yeah. We're gonna keep advertising. That's happening in September, I think, and then October, the big retreat happening also.
Yeah.
But it's very nice to meet you. I think I have the chance to talk about him. He's very fun, very intelligent person, writer of many books. So for those of you who didn't know him, here's Kate Emmons, and he also did a 3-year retreat. You did it in California, right?
At exactly the same dates as everybody at Diamond Mountain. Exactly the same program.
That's wonderful. So any last advice for people who will aspire in their life to do a 3-year retreat?
Yeah. So, you mentioned I'm a writer. I'm a poet. And I have books on Amazon. So you can go there. The ones I'm publishing first are all about leading up to 3-year retreat and then 3-year retreat. So they're enjoyable to read, I think. A lot of material comes from the many years of advanced teachings at Diamond Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really want to, you can use some of what's there in those books on Amazon as an instruction for your own path.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And very nice to meet you. So there you go. If you are interested, I'm going to write in the chat your name, and then you can find your books if they are interested.
Very nice.
So I'm going to write here. Everyone is
okay. There's a link on to Amazon too.
Like that?
With an H and no D.
H?
Keith H. Emmons.
Like that?
Yeah, middle.
That's right. And then an H in between the two.
Oh, okay. Kate Haggard T. Emmons?
H.
Yeah.
So why do I want to have an H in the middle of my name just to make it confusing? Because that's my father's initial for my father's first name, and I have great gratitude. So in honor of my father, I'm using the H.
So thank you very much. Maybe hopefully you can come to Diamond Mountain again.
Oh, I will.
I'll see you soon again.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I guess next we go to have a Tibetan class, language class with word. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
As usual. Yeah. Just I forgot. We want to also invite you to come to our next event happening on Tuesday, 6 a.m. in the morning. We're going to have a 2-hour show dedicated to honoring and being grateful and happy that we have teachers and teachings in our lives. So you can use the QR code to register. 2 hour or 2 hour 15 minutes. We'll see. 2 hours, Rob Haggard today. Okay. See you later. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Aso. Thank you, everybody.
Word is coming by